Oh, how we have missed you, Sky Blue and White Army. It's been a while, hasn't it? Our last match here at Coventry Sphinx, all the way back on New Year's Day. 17 days have passed and we have been itching to get back to it. And here we are at Steel Park, the home of high-flying Corby Town for this afternoon's pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands fixture between Corby Town and Coventry Sphinx. Liam Cook coming to you live from Northamptonshire. Thank you very much for your company as always. Let's begin with the starting lineups, kicking off for Corby Town this afternoon. Number 1, Ross Durrant. 2, Alfie Wren. 3, Danny Gordon. 4, Spencer Edwards. 5, Colin Milne. 6, Captain Rory McCauley. 7, Jack Noble. 8, Matty Slynn. 9, Fletcher Toll. 10, Tendai Dare. And 11, Joe Butterworth. Substitutes for the Steelman, number 12, Jack Keeble. 14, Reese Kelly. 15, Jordan O'Brien. 16, Ruben Marshall. And number 18 is Kyle Hutchinson. So 2 changes for the Steelmen with Dare and Noble drafted in. And on to the Coventry Sphinx starting out for the 3rd game in a row. It is as you were, the same starting lineup from the Warwick and Bedworth games, and it seemed to go well for the Sky Blue and Whites then, didn't it? Back-to-back victories, the Sky Blue and Whites looking for their first ever hat-trick of wins at step 4. What a place to do it. Starting lineup is as follows. Number 1, Charlie Woods. 2, Jamie Draper. Number 3, Jordan Hayward. 4, Jack Downs. 5, Lewis Guest. 6, Kyle Burke. Number 7, Joe Percy. 8, the captain, Callum Woodward. 9, Harry Wakefield. 10, Kyle Carey. And number 11 is Alex Locke. Substitutes for the Sphinx. Number 12, Pat Zito. 14, Idris Fasani. 15, Rowan Nui. 17, Luke Shearer. And 18, Finley Shorrock. Well, Steel Park, let's find out how Sphinx's mettle is. Let's get this game underway. Coventry Sphinx kicking from left to right in their away strip of red and navy hoops. And it's Corby in their home strip of white shirts with black lining and the red shorts and the black shorts and socks. And of course, we'll keep up to date what's going on around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. It seems no fixture today has fallen foul of the weather, so it's a complete fixture list at step 4. And we'll also let you know what's happening back in the Free Spired City at the CBS Arena as Coventry City take on Bristol City. And manager Frank Lampard, see what the Sky Blue can do. And Charlie Woods gathering the ball on the very edge of his penalty area there for a dangerous hook up field. And 1 full-time score to bring you from the Premier League. Surprise scoreline with Newcastle United losing 4-1 at home to Bournemouth, including a hat-trick from the son of former Newcastle player Patrick Kluivert, his son Justin with 3 goals. And in the Championship, Cardiff with a big win over their Welsh neighbours Swansea, 3-0 in that game. Durrant swings it away. He's looking to cushion it to Alfie Wren on this near side, but collected by Jack Downs. Woodward flips it over the back line. And no nonsense defending from Callum Milne. Keeping Downs at bay as he puts it into touch on this near side, level with the penalty area. Joe Percy on throwing duty. There it goes towards Wakefield. Couldn't get a contact on it. McCauley can, sends it high into the sky. Tendai Dare being held from behind by Jamie Draper. Draper able to get his head on it. On by Percy towards Locke. Heavy touch by Locke. But Percy has still got there. And he's got the throw out of it. Charged down by Danny Gordon. Sphinx force a little further down line than the last one. Wakefield heads it into the danger zone. McCauley heads it behind to his goalkeeper, Ross Durrant. And Coventry Sphinx will regroup at the back as Durrant fires it down the heart of the field towards Jack Noble. Hayward wins that aerial duel. Now it's with Carey. Slips it towards Callum Woodward. Awkward one for Woodward, but he's kept it in and sent it out. Off the number 9, Fletcher Toll, looking to score his 20th goal of an incredible season. And well, if you get bored watching this game, then Good news, because there's another one just over the other side of the plot here. There's another game going on in front of the Coventry Sphinx camera, but we'll keep our eyes on this one. Hope that Sphinx can make it a hat-trick of wins against a Corby side currently in second place. Percy. Here's Jack down to the fringes of the penalty area, taking it all the way to the touchline and just takes it over. Danny Gordon preventing his route into the box. Corby, one of the best supported clubs in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, an average attendance of just under 600, the majority of which can be found in the main stand, but the noisier of the Steelmen faithful will be found in the James Ashworth Memorial stand to our right. You'll also find the smattering of Coventry Sphinx faithful. They've brought the drum with them as well, so you'll certainly hear the Sky Blue and Whites this afternoon. Hooked upfield by Kyle Burke. And Wakefield prevents the attempted clearance by Spencer Edwards. They're getting down and dirty. It's Rory McCauley on the slide, out for a throw on the far side of the penalty area. Callum Woodward looks for a red shirt, and he's going to, in fact, hand over responsibilities to Jordan Hayward. Hayward to the feet of Wakefield, and Kyle Carey fires it over with venom. First chance of the afternoon goes the way of Coventry Sphinx. Well, Sphinx currently in 17th place in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, 7 points clear of Rugby in 19th. Well, Corby in second place, but 19 points behind runaway leaders Quorn. It's more than likely going to be second at best for the Steelmen, but certainly nothing to be sniffed at. And a free kick given Coventry Sphinx his way there as Guest was up for the header, and Jack Noble knocking him down mid-air. 5 minutes gone at Steel Park. Coventry Sphinx with the better of play so far, but it is 0-0 in Northamptonshire. Woods looking to find a little pocket space on the right hand side for Joe Percy, but coming through the middle of Percy and Locke was Durrant. This goal get headed on by Tendai Dare. Toll. Hayward ensures that Butterworth goes no further and finds Alex Locke in space in the centre circle. Now with Percy on the right, asking a lot of Harry Wakefield and asking too much into Durrant's grasp. Rolled out quickly with Alfie Wren. Dare making the run for it, but nodded back where it came from by Jamie Draper. Battling midfield for it, brought down by Sphinx's top scorer Kyle Carey. He's going his 10th goal this season, last time out against Bedworth. Through ball to Hayward is intercepted and into touch it goes. Spencer Edwards taking the throw in quickly. Here's Matty Slynn. Passes into the area and Fletcher Toll. Penalty as he tried to pirouette around Lewis Guest. Well, that is the danger of a striker as good as Fletcher Toll. Even the most inconspicuous of circumstances can lead to disaster. And there is no doubt who Corby trusts with this spot kick. They've barely been in Coventry Sphinx's final third in the opening 8 minutes. But Fletcher Toll, with 19 goals to his name in what has been a prolific season, has the perfect opportunity to hit goal number 20. 20 goals, Fletcher Toll. Corby's prolific marksman with an emphatic strike from 12 yards. Some things are just foregone conclusions. Well, we assumed at some point today, Toll could well get his 20th goal. We didn't expect it to be so soon, or in these circumstances, but when presented with the chance, Fletcher Toll was never going to pass it up. 8 minutes gone at Steel Park, and the man of steel strikes for Corby. Well, after a promising start, somehow Sphinx find themselves behind. An unlucky moment for Lewis Guest there. It was Toll who won the penalty and Toll who took it. And now the Sphinx in a position which has been rather alien to them recently, being behind. It's thrown out by Durant to Edwards. Floats it upfield, looking for Matty Slynn, collected by Kyle Burke. Poked as far as he could away by Callum Woodward, but collected through Butterworth. Swing and a miss at the cross. Jordan Hayward collects at the back. Curls it along the touchline. Edwards coaches it to Slynn. Butterworth. Now Alfie Wren. Floating ball in towards Tendai Dare. He saw Charlie Woods off his line, but loops it over. Thanks again for joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Let us know your thoughts on the coverage and the match in the comments section below. We'll read out some of the comments later on in the game. At the head of Jordan Hayward in the centre circle, alongside Noble, Locke. Can't Carey out wide. Carey's got it back through Kyle Burke's header. Sphinx can go no further. Alfie Wren picks it up. And Spencer Edwards thumps it upfield, and Guest ensures that he's not going to be beaten by Toll this time, blocking Toll off as it bounces harmlessly back to Charlie Woods between the sticks. And it has been a fast and furious start for Sutton Coldfield Town with 2 goals in the opening 8 minutes, both for Owen Parry. So Sutton Coldfield 2, AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0 in that one. And Gordon, and Guest taking out Tendai Dare from behind, got just enough of the ball according to the referee. Lewis Guest having an indifferent first 12 minutes. Now down the left is Harry Wakefield. Looking for a route in. Drills it low to Kyle Carey. Oh, run being made by Locke, but it was played between Locke and Hayward. And out for the throw in, level with the penalty area at the back for Corby Town. Reminder of the other games kicking off around the leagues. Darlaston host Loughborough Students. Grantham really need some points at this stage of the season, and it is a 6-pointer at home to fellow relegation strugglers Lie. Hinkley take on runaway side Worcester, who are currently 3rd in the league. Corby will hope for a favour from Worcester. Durant latches onto a lofty ball towards Harry Wakefield. Corn versus Bodmin at St Michael's, surely a foregone conclusion in that one. Racing Club Warwick and Bedworth in a derby match at Townsend Meadow. Rugby versus Sporting Council, Shepshed at home to Anstey. Sutton Coldfield, as we said, 2-0 up against AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and Wellingborough hosting Coleshill. Here's Hayward. Slips it through for Kyle Carey, races through the centre circle. He's having to do it all alone here. Finally gets some help from behind by Joe Percy, but he's kept on going. Kyle Carey, and it goes towards Wakefield. Goalkeeper spurns it, but able to bring it down. Oh, Durant fortunate to get a second crack at that catch, with Harry Wakefield just below him. "13 minutes gone at Steel Park. Corby Town 1, Coventry Sphinx 0 for a Fletcher Toll penalty. And Tendai Dare cutting in from the left. Prolific marksman formerly of Harborough smacks it off the leg of Lewis Guest, resulting in a corner kick from the left. Racing Club Warwick have just taken the lead at home to Bedworth United. A goal coming from Lewis Monaghan in the 13th minute. Corner whipped in by Butterworth, and a clear barge in the back of Charlie Woods. He had that one claimed. And the referee calling for some help. It may have been an awkward landing. Was there a connection with the post, perhaps? Well, Sphinx don't have a substitute goalkeeper on the bench. A reminder of the substitutes of Coventry Sphinx on the bench: Patrick Zito, Idris Hosseini, Rowan Nui, Luke Shearer and Finley Shorrock. I don't for 1 minute believe that Charlie Woods would let his side down and head off unless he absolutely has to. But we saw last season when Sphinx were left without a goalkeeper that Callum Woodward went between the sticks against Kozel, and you know what? It was like watching prime Peter Schmeichel. And Charlie Woods is back on his feet. He's raring to go. Still all square between Coventry City and Bristol in the Sky Bet Championship. So Charlie Woods dusts himself off and takes the free kick on the edge of his area. It's pretty much being used as a goal kick, but he's taking it on the other side of the goal. The referee, Mr. Bingley, blows the whistle, indicating play can now resume after a delay of around 2 minutes. Woods looking for Locke. He felt something from behind on the head by Rory McCauley there. Referee felt it wasn't enough. Bobbling ball at the feet of Spencer Edwards for Corby. Burke to Downs in the centre circle. Wakefield the target, but launched clear by Callum Milne, who got the winning goal in the last outing at Rugby Town. A shaky first half for Corby in that one, falling behind for a goal from, remember this, it was Richards, before, ironically, a Fletcher Toll penalty and Callum Milne's winner, turning it around. And what a hit that was from Fletcher Toll! Parried to the side. Charlie Woods had to call on all his years of experience to keep that one clear. Another corner will follow. Actually, it's going to be a throw-in. I thought it went all the way out for a corner. In fact, no, it went out on the side. Towering header away by Guest from Gordon's throw. And Wren did well to keep it alive. Tried to sift it upfield for Gordon, but it just rolled to his right and out for the throw-in in the fringes of Sphinx's own backyard. No goals in the Premier League yet. Brentford entertaining Liverpool at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Leicester versus Fulham, and West Ham United now under Graham Potter taking on Crystal Palace. Framed by Draper just over the head of Wakefield. Butterworth. Wakefield intercepts and punted to the left by Callum Woodward. Edwards stands his ground as Hayward looks for a route past. Edwards forces Hayward back to where he came from, nudges him over. Free kick, Coventry Sphinx on the left-hand side of the penalty area, 5 yards down line. Well, Wakefield does look menacing in the air so far. This could be an opportunity for him. And Callum Woodward, the Coventry Sphinx captain, getting his orders from joint manager Sean Thomas. A white wall on the edge of Durrant's box. Will they be enough to keep the sky blue and white quiet? Woodward is towards Guess. Couldn't hit the mark. Wide of the near post from the Sphinx vice captain. Coming up to the 20th minute here at Steel Park time. Really does fly when you're having fun. Sphinx dominated the opening 6 minutes, but after Fletcher Toll's penalty conversion, Corby have looked strong. He maybe took that goal to wake them up. Burke going to float it over for Wakefield, like back where it came from by the defender. Spencer Edwards at the back. Forcer took it into touch, was Alex Locke racing towards him. Thrown diverted away by Edwards. And deflected out off the number 8, Matty Slynn, for another throw in virtually the same position, halfway into Corby territory. Hayward. Locke. Look for the head of Kyle Carey, but nodded away by Butterworth. Now the counter's on. Dare. Cushion through for Danny Gordon. Gordon with space out wide. Being tracked all the way by Jamie Draper. Draper holds Gordon at bay. Dink left to Alfie Wren. Look like a cut in on Joe Percy, and last season's player of the year getting the better of Wren. Little tug on the shirt, and the referee has now pulled it back. That was a long advantage from Mr. Bingley. There was a clear pull on the shirt by Alfie Wren, but about 4 seconds later, Percy dispossessed for a slide, and the referee calls it back for the Sphinx. Free kick. Charlie Woods on the edge of his penalty area with this free kick. Looks for Alex Locke, who's now playing down the centre of that front three. It bounces towards the captain, Rory McCauley. Swing and a miss by Jack Downs, but it's collected by Draper. Here's Percy. Touched on by Wakefield towards the touchline and shielded into touch beautifully. Callum Milne doing the job for Corby. Goal kick for Durrant. This is the 4th league meeting at Step 4 between Coventry Sphinx and Corby. Corby with a successful double-header against Sphinx last year, winning 1-0 at Sphinx Drive before a 3-0 triumph at Steel Park. Led to an 8th place finish, an ultimately disappointing campaign for the relegated side, who had hoped to bounce straight back to Step 3. This year they've got much more of an opportunity. As we said earlier, Corner probably got the league tied up already. The playoffs will give the opportunity that Corby were looking for, as Danny Gordon smacks it off Joe Percy. Put back in towards Tendai Dare, and Toll! He stayed the right side of the defender. Right place, right time. It doesn't matter whether you score from 40 yards or what, a goal's a goal. The hard work of his teammates paid dividends for Toll. Tendai Dare sticking it towards the net. Woods doing everything in his power diverted away but could only hit it into the path of Fletcher Toll, who was not going to miss in a month of Sundays. Fletcher Toll at the double for Corby Town, 23 minutes in. The Steelmen are in control. Well, there were questions of offside from the Coventry Sphinx defence. But immediately waved away by Mr. Bingley. And Sphinx's promising start has quickly been forgotten. Could he be in again there? Lewis Guest ensuring that the floating ball didn't reach Toll. A second opportunity for Noble, and again Lewis Guest getting stuck in on Fletcher Toll in the area. This time the whistle stays silent. Wren. Gordon on the left corner of the box. Looks for the through ball to Alfie Wren. Trickles into touch, seen out by Jack Downs. Just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Welcome as always. Thank you for joining us from a rather chilly Steel Park in Corby. Score currently Corby Town 2, Coventry Sphinx 0-1. Welcome to Delina Moore, Sonia Williams, Isaac Leese and Mick Smith, who are all tuned in. Hopefully a little bit warmer than yours truly. Macaulay heads the goal kick from Charlie Woods, back where it came from. The referee eventually blows for a free kick as Tendai Dare in a mid-air collision with Jamie Draper. And Jack Downs remonstrated with the referee, saying that the decision was incorrect. It looked pretty clear cut from where I'm standing. The referee does not want to hear any of it from the Sphinx players. And in fact, is it going to be a drop ball here? I believe it is. So the referee actually didn't give the free kick. It just stopped the game to ensure that Dare was okay, as it was an apparent head injury. We are underway as Macaulay volleys it over to Spencer Edwards on the right. And Dare, offside, and he couldn't keep it down anyway. Dare getting a little too excited with his chance one-on-one with Charlie Woods, as it was hooked over the Sphinx back line. We've had a couple of goals in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Worcester City 1-0 up at Hinckley LRFC, so keeping tabs on Corby. Quorn reverting to tie 1-0 up at home to Boldmere St Michael's. Bedworth have equalised in their game at Racing Club Warwick. Warwick taking the lead in the 13th minute in that one. But have now been pegged back by the Greenbacks. Hayward. His ball from the halfway line only connects with Butterworth. Tendai Dare heads behind for Matty Slynn, and Slynn told the target on the right side of the area. Guest deals with it. Gets allowed by Slynn and bundled out. Coventry Sphinx concede the throw level with their own area, but Alex Lock ensures that it didn't get any worse. Throw to come from the hands of Danny Gordon. Two back for Corby. Of course, in this position, they don't need to go all out. They've got a comfortable 2-0 lead. And head straight out for the corner by Lewis Guest. It was a poor throw-in, but still result in another chance for the Steelmen. Corner from the right. Can Corby make it even safer here? Woods came for it, didn't claim. Tendai Dare through a sea of bodies. Corby are running riot. Two from Toll, one from Dare. The perfect double act sent Corby soaring into a 3-0 lead. And what seemed to be a promising opening to the afternoon in Northamptonshire for Coventry Sphinx has quickly turned into a nightmare for the Sky Blue and Whites. Well, let's see if the Sky Blue and Whites can fight back. And Tendai Dare in with the shoulder on Jamie Draper, and the referee is going to have to stop it. It's a head injury. They're leaning in with the shoulder on the Sphinx centre-back, and the physio is being called over. There are changes to be required. Then it would be Patrick Zito who would surely replace Draper at centre-back, the former Aston Villa youngster signed from Quorn in the summer. And it's still scoreless in the 24th minute at the Coventry Building Society Arena. Coventry City 0, Bristol City 0. Darlaston have just taken the lead in their fixture at Loughborough Students, 1-0. That's the Loughborough University Stadium. Actually, the Paycare Stadium, I should say. It's actually at Darlaston rather than Loughborough. It's through the 27th minute for Darlaston Town. Oh, Draper is back on his feet, and a yellow card for Dare for that infringement on Jamie Draper. The free kick wasn't initially given. It looked as if it was going to be just a drop ball. But the referee has now decided to give Coventry Sphinx a free kick, which Woodward will take alongside the now recovered Jamie Draper. It's for Harry Wakefield. Nodded to Percy, and off balance Percy sends it over the stand. Still no score in the Premier League. A reminder of the full-time score from England's top division. Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 4. In the Championship, Cardiff 3, Swansea 0, Millwall 0, Hull 1, and Plymouth 0, QPR 1. In terms of goals in the 3 o'clock kickoffs, there haven't really been many. Watford have won the look at Derby. Sheffield United leading Norwich by 1-0, and Stoke City are winning at West Brom, of course, now under the tutelage of former Sky Blues manager Mark Robbins. Draper thumps it up from the centre circle. Headed on by Milne. Butterworth falls to the feet of Danny Gordon. Couldn't be a two-man tag team of Percy and Downs, but Corby not to be deterred. And a free kick surely from Tendai Dare again, as he was caught on the way through by Lewis Guest, and Dare is walking a tightrope. And the captain, Macaulay, is being called over. In fact, it's the Sphinx captain in Callum Woodward. Lewis Guest absolutely furious that a second booking wasn't confirmed for Tendai Dare. The free kick has been given to the Sky Blue and White, but no further punishment from Mr. Bingley. So, free kick halfway into their own turf. Woods. Slim wins the header. It's now onto the bunch of Downs. Couldn't find the Sphinx man. Milne. And not in through for Tendai Dare again. Didn't get the chance to run through thanks to Jamie Draper. Firing it towards the left-hand side. Jordan Hayward marshalled into touch by Jack Noble. Toll flicks the throw on to Noble. Trying to win that battle of strength from Hayward, but it's Hayward who wins it. Slynn with a hand on the shoulder. Away just in time to Draper. Now Joe Percy tries to slide it through for a Sphinx man and finds Alex Locke just brilliantly. Couldn't find Wakefield along the touchline. Milne with the interception. Burke in his own backyard. Back to Charlie Woods. Woods floats it towards Kyle Carey. It's over Carey's head and collected by Macaulay, who will send it back to the goalkeeper, Durrant. Slipped by Durrant as he launches it into safety. The offside flag raised against Tendai Dare. The referee hasn't seen it yet. And the flag remains up. It's been a good 10 seconds since the referee's assistant raised the flag for offside against Tendai Dare. And now Mr. Bingley recognises the decision. Could have saved us a fair few seconds with that one. But it's a poor free kick. And really everything out of the first 5 minutes with Coventry Sphinx has not worked. Guess taking a little bit too much time with that one, but away before Dare could intercept. But straight to the chest of Edwards on the fringes of the box. Edwards looking for Fletcher Toll, towering header by Burke. Guess at the back. Here's Draper. Jamie Draper trickles into Corby territory, and well, I think Daddy Gordon's hurt himself in that one, steaming through to try and make the block on Draper, and seems to have tweaked the ankle. Edwards tries to hook it clear as Sphinx looking for an opening, but they're not going to find one here. Slynn. And hit and hope towards Tendai Dare, and it's easy pickings for Charlie Woods. Gordon is clearly struggling. It looks like the knee actually rather than the ankle. Here's Hayward, being forced back towards the halfway line, but finds his captain in Callum Woodward. And the ball towards Alex Locke should have been simple, but cut out by Butterworth. And Gordon still doesn't look right. He's trying to walk it off. And the referee pointing out that Hayward should be a couple of yards further down line with this throw in. Hayward obliges in front of the home dugout, housing manager Gary Setchell. Hayward. For Harry Wakefield. Sent high into the sky by Jack Downton, straight out. It sums up what a first half it's been for Coventry Sphinx. 8 minutes to go until the break, and we'll be taking a break on commentary for around 10 minutes. So get yourself a glass of something cold or a mug of something hot and get back here for 4 o'clock. For the conclusion of this afternoon's Pitching In Northern Premier League Midlands fixture. As always, coverage sponsored by our friends at Kyle Contractors. Thank you very much for your support throughout the season, and we should start seeing the games end in slightly lighter climes as the nights are starting to draw out again with the winter solstice now behind us. I don't think we'll be ditching the floodlights anytime soon, but hopefully we won't be walking back in pitch blackness in the next couple of weeks. Spencer Edwards with the throw towards the penalty area, line it down for Gordon, but hooked into the midfield by Jack Downs. Here's Carey. Carey racing to the right and needs some help, goes behind and finds Downs in a more central location. To Carey again, but still nowhere to go for Carey. Draper at right centre-back. Now Downs, but Sphinx being forced ever so slightly towards their own penalty area. It's back with Woods. Now Downs. And out for the Corby throw. In fact, no, it's been given as a Sphinx throw. The final touch must have come from Fletcher Toll from behind. But Sphinx just lacking belief in this first half at Steel Park. And Woodward not too happy to see the referee again forcing Coventry Sphinx to push their throw in further down line. Here comes Draper. Hooked up line by Butterworth, and Percy using Gordon as a launch pad there. A little bit of pushing from both players. Sphinx look for a route down the left-hand side, but head back to the goalkeeper by Edwards. Even at this point of the game, Corby starting to run the clock down. I would expect there to be several changes at the break. Burke tried to swing that ball away. May have made contact there with the nose of Tendai Dare. Woods. His clearance collected in central midfield by Callum Woodward. Hayward. Carey making the run, and he might just get there in front of McCauley. No, the experienced centre-back getting body between player and ball and forcing the free kick with the hands in the back by Carey. Clear by Durrant. Leaping header by Dare, rolls straight back to Woods. And Charlie Woods is looking to regroup at the back for Coventry Sphinx in what has been a first half to forget for the Sky Blue and Whites. Woods down the right to Wakefield. And it's headed off the head of Harry Wakefield by Callum Milne. Nothing is going Sphinx's way. And too much indecision there from the throw-in taker, and the referee also not liking what he saw, a little bit too much handling of McCauley and Locke. And Carey told in no uncertain terms to leave the referee and the perpetrators to it. I think it's just going to be a ticking off for Locke and McCauley, and then we'll get this throw-in taken. As Alfie Wren waits patiently with the ball in his hands. The Corby faithful want to see the game get to its conclusion sooner rather than later, and telling Bingley to get on with it. I think Sphinx want to get into half-time too, so they can come up with a game plan. Wren. Returned to centre by the head of Draper. Flicked on by number 8, Matty Slynn. Toll. Holds up well and finds Gordon. Rolled through for Dare. Slides it through. And now Fletcher Toll receives it from Slynn. Pulls it back. Dare for 4. Tried to slide it home, and handball, I believe, given against Tendai Dare. But a gilt-edge opportunity for Corby Town that they couldn't take. Not the best of kicks from Woods. Toll looking for Fletcher Toll there, but harmlessly headed back to Woods between the sticks. By Woods. McCauley nods over to the left flank, but meeting it in the air. Joe Percy. Milne looks to see him out of danger. Wren will finish the job. Toll. Slice off the boot of Gordon. Stretched by Burke. Able to get onto the seconds. And now Hayward. Racing down the left touchline, followed all the way by Noble. And it's swept away from Locke from behind by Edwards, with a poor ball from Edwards. Looking to play Slynn through. Results in a throw-in just shy of the halfway line inside home territory. Hayward. Cushion head away Wakefield. No Sphinx support. Dare tracks back and push from behind on Matty Slynn there. Referee says nothing doing as Lock battles to keep it alive for the Sky Blue and Whites. Hayward. Ball down the left, collected by Spencer Edwards on the fringes of the area. Noble. A high boot claim there against Alex Lock on Macaulay. Again, the referee says no. Think ball into the air, headed back to the keeper. Durrance by Spencer Edwards. Less than 2 minutes to go until half-time. 3-0 Corby. It could and probably should have been 4 through Tendai Dare a couple of minutes ago. Burke at centre-back for Coventry Sphinx. Again, Corby commanding the park. Interception from Butterworth. Now Wren. Low bobbling ball to the air by Wren. Easy pickings for Joe Percy, who was nudged off his stride by Fletcher Tolls. He got the ball away, and the referee with another late call, giving Coventry Sphinx the free kick in their own backyard. Still 0-0 between Coventry City and Bristol City at the CBS Arena. Charlie Woods. Straight to Slynn, but Slynn slices it to the right, where Jordan Hayward is there to intercept, but his path is blocked by Jack Noble. Thumped upfield by Butterworth. Toll will give chase. No nonsense defending from Lewis Guest, playing it out on the far side for a throw-in. Edwards. The best of deliveries, sliced up by Lewis Guest. Carrying Guest trying to finish the job, but it's given away to Gordon. But his ball to the right, cut out by Hayward. 3 added minutes have just been confirmed. Carey just possessed by a slide on the halfway line, but Hayward. Down the right-hand side for Locke. He's got Percy behind him. Alex Locke looking to give Coventry Sphinx something to cheer about. Downs diverted wide by Callum Milne. First bit of free-flowing football we've seen from the Sphinx since the opening 5 minutes. Callum Woodward ready to launch it in from the left flank. Guest is in there. Straight into the hands of Durrance. He'll save those all day long. Ross Durrance towards the right. Burke's header only as far as Matty Slynn. And into the area for Dare, perhaps? No, the volley pass from Jack Noble, just a little too powerful for the Steelmen's top scorer, now on 21 for the season. Woods. Wakefield heads it back towards his own backyard, looking for a little bit of stability for Coventry Sphinx that's been lacking in the opening 45 minutes. 1 minute of added time left. Draper cuts in on Gordon. Looks for the through ball for, I believe, Harry Wakefield, but it's brought to feet by Milne. Toll. Slynn. Through the centre circle he goes towards the right. That goes behind just Spencer Edwards. Floating ball by Edwards off the head of Lewis Guest, and that should be that for the first half. Charlie Woods volleys it down the left. Wakefield stabs it down and avoids Tendai Dare. Now Burke. Fired along the left by Burke. Off the back of Jordan Hayward. And it will be a throw-in for Corby deep into their own territory. Edwards throw, play continues. Callum Milne onto the feet of Jamie Draper. Draper, powerful hit towards Durrant. Dives onto it, and that will be the end of a highly forgettable first half of Coventry Sphinx. But Fletcher Toll grabbing his 20th and 21st goals of an incredible season, capped off by a third from Tendai Dare. Corby firmly in the driver's seat at half-time here at Steel Park. And the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, it's Corby Town 3, Coventry Sphinx 0. I'll take you through the latest scores in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Darlington Town 1, Loughborough Students 0, Grantham Town 0, Lye Town 0, in that crucial relegation 6-pointer. Hinckley Leicester Road 0, Worcester City 1. Worcester keeping tabs on their rivals at Corby for the second place at the moment, as it sees that Quorn are going to continue their winning run. They're leading 2-0 at half-time against Boldmere St Michael's. Warwick 1, Bedworth 1, Rugby 0, Cowser 0, Shepshed 0, Anstey Nomads 0, Sutton Coldfield 2, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1. Of course, Sphinx playing Rushden on Tuesday, and Wellingborough Town 0, Coleshill Town 0. In the Premier League, no goals in the opening 45 minutes from what we can see. Actually, we may be having some Wi-Fi issues there, because some of the games are still saying that it's only 20 minutes in. Let's double check that. But yeah, still no score. Brentford 0, Liverpool 0, Leicester 0, Fulham 0, and West Ham 0, Crystal Palace 0. And at the CBS Arena, it's still Coventry City 0, Bristol City 0. So elsewhere, it's been a bit barren, but here, the goals have been flying in for Corby Town. Let's see what the second half will bring after this short break. Second half coverage coming your way here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Let's just say the first half wasn't anything to shout about for Coventry Sphinx after a successful opening couple of minutes. A Fletcher Toll penalty really put Corby in the driver's seat, and from there they rode into the distance. It's 3-0 at half-time to Corby Town. Coventry Sphinx are going to need a mammoth performance after the break, but anything can and usually does happen in the beautiful game. No changes to either lineup. Coventry Sphinx will start with a throw-in 5 yards into enemy territory on the left-hand side. Thrown to the feet of Alex Locke. Closed down swiftly by number 7 there. And the free kick's been given in favour of Jack Noble. Tried to get in with the challenge. Locke got it away, but there was just a bit of a swing arm there from the former Rugby and Daventry midfielder. So free kick on the very right-hand touchline for Corby Town to be taken by Ross Durrant. Durrant down the right. Here we get his Bonson in front of Jack Noble. And Burke stands firm and shields that one from Tendai Dare, but it will be a throw into Corby, levelled the penalty area on the right wing. Danny Gordon waiting for a ball. That was launched out, and he's got the ball in hand now. Well, there is a sliver of hope at 3-0, at 4-0. That hope is null and void. Gordon taking his sweet time here and finds Tendai Dare. Not the best weighted ball back by Dare, and it's Gordon off his stride, allowing Burke onto it. That slices it out to the left, Kyle Burke. Nothing falling Coventry Sphinx's way, and Burke can laugh it off. But they've just not been able to hit their stride in this game. Spencer Edwards with the throw on the halfway line towards Noble. Deft header on by Noble only as far as Burke. Burke launches it towards the halfway line, met in the air by Macaulay. Gordon. There the target, but hooked clear by Burke. Alfie Wren looks for Tendai Dare again. Dare's header. Hayward tries to shepherd it into touch, but Noble's got the wrong side of Hayward. Noble dragging Hayward down as he got onto the ball there. Referee said no, but eventually Noble is stopped with a block of Burke, and now Hayward has passed Noble again. Down the left-hand side it goes. Harry Wakefield, and the defender Macaulay just getting in front of his attacking opponent, and Durrant with a comfortable clearance. Kyle Carey. Body check to the ground there. The referee has decided to allow Spence to continue. Jack Downs level with the box. Hayward in support down line. Here is Jordan Hayward. Corby looking to stay firm at the back, but Hayward's ball scuffed. And Matty Slynn ends the danger. Cushion header down by Toll. First of the seconds is Kyle Carey dropping deep and beating his old rival Tendai Dare. Charlie Woods between the sticks, gets some distance on that kick. Towering header by Macaulay. And it bounces harmlessly into touch. Just the other side of the halfway line into Sphinx territory for a sky blue and white throw. Hayward takes it quickly. Here's Callum Woodward flicked on towards Harry Wakefield. And the offside flag raised against Wakefield as Edwards had got the better of him in the air anyway. Durrant with the ball at his feet. Towards the right, Toll is up for it. Got enough power on it, but it was a little too slow to that one. He was guessed onto the head of Edwards, just kept in by Toll. No, just the wrong side. It looked to me as if Toll had just got there in time, but the linesman with a better view than we have. And the first goal in the Premier League 3 o'clock kickoffs, and Crystal Palace 1-0 up at local rivals West Ham United. Hayward's throw straight in and straight out. And as you can probably expect, Corby are going to waste every precious second that they can. They've got a 3-0 lead and they want to keep it. Right field towards Toll. And one of the Sphinx men has gone down with a head injury. A little blow to the back of the head of Callum Woodward. Slim makes his apologies, but Woodward is seemingly okay. As Corby look to reset at the back for this free kick deep into Sphinx's own half. Corby formed back in 1948 with a host of players from local sides Stewarts and Lloyds, as well as some other local talent. They actually applied to be part of the Football League back in the early 60s before being rejected. Free kick easily turned away by Corby at the expense of another throw-in level with the halfway line. Sphinx attack's just not coming to fruition. The attacking prowess of Carey, Locke and Wakefield has not been able to be utilised. And here is Carey dropping much deeper in this second half. Out wide with Jamie Draper. Here's Percy surrounded by white shirts, has to go back to Draper. A neat turn by Draper away from Danny Gordon. There was a little pocket of space down the right. Look for Wakefield, brought down by Milne. And Milne ends the danger towards his opposite number 5 in Lewis Guest. Guest received a little bit of a knock from Toll as he cleared. Couldn't find the Sphinx man, but it's levelled the penalty area. Hook clear again by Milne. End-to-end stuff at the moment at Steel Park. Downs. He was looking for a route down the right-hand side. Eventually deflected out off Danny Gordon just in front of Gary Setchell's dugout. And Sphinx taking the throw out of position there. Joe Percy taking a few more yards than he should have. Downs driving on. Now Hayward. Taking on Edwards. The cross deflected behind. Sphinx corner. Sky Blue and Whites need something to hang on to. They can get one, but those two come just that little bit easier. Woodward. Durant punches. Butterworth on as far as Jordan Hayward. And Hayward momentarily lost out of Danny Gordon there, and although Gordon hasn't been able to get to the seconds, he has forced Sphinx back into their own half. Charlie Woods takes control in goal. Towards the left where Burke has stayed up. It's over Burke and onto the head of Edwards. Downs. Slid towards Lewis Guest by Woodward, but again Fletcher Toll is in there to make a nuisance of himself. Fletcher Toll was the target from Tendai Dare, but it was just to the right of him, allowing Downs onto it, and Downs trying to be a bit too cheeky there and dinking it past, and the offside flag raised against Fletcher Toll, and Downs makes his apologies. He is a lucky boy. Too much dilly-dallying at the back for the Sphinx veteran, and Dare really should have made him pay. And Matty Slynn is down on the halfway line. There'll be a break in play here as Coventry Sphinx are preparing their first sub. A reminder that the bench consists of Pat Zito, Idris Vasani, Luke Shearer, Rowan Nui and Finley Shorrock. It looks like Rowan Nui to me. Indeed it is. The 17-year-old, so the 18-year-old Rowan Nui turned 18 a couple of weeks ago. So you'd hazard the guess that it could well be Alex Locke who heads off, so Sphinx can go to a A front three with two pacey wingers in Carey and Newey. Wakefield down the middle. Well, Newey's wearing his sky blue underarm, now some referees can take exception to that. Of course, Sphinx are in their away strip today. Usually playing sky blue and white, but they're in the navy and red away kits. And it is Alex Locke. It is, as we thought, Alex Locke replaced by Rowan Newey. So Sphinx will surely now be going to three up top. With Wakefield down the middle, Carey on the left, Newey on the right. And Newey was set to miss a good handful of matches as he was on a 2-week holiday, but because of the weather, he only actually missed the game at Bedworth, which Sphinx went on to win. Newey came into the Sphinx squad at the start of the season, really just to gain some experience after some impressive performances at Future Pro, the Coventry Sphinx Academy, if you will. And he's gone on to become one of the most integral parts of the Sphinx team. We're back underway after that delay. Carey. Jordan Hayward into the area. Brought down from behind. Referee with a decision to make. And it was a pretty quick decision from Mr. Bingley. Leaning in from behind was Rory McCauley, with the referee feeling there wasn't enough in it. Slynn wants back in on the action. The referee not allowing him back in just yet. Kyle Carey dragged down by the arm, and another potential decision goes the way of Corby. And still Slynn is waiting. The Corby faithful going berserk in front of us in the main stand, and eventually Matty Slynn is given the go-ahead as the ball was safely at the feet of Charlie Woods. Looks for Wakefield, it's over Wakefield, just bounces away from Rowan Newey, and McCauley sticks it into the home dugout for a Coventry Sphinx throw. Taken quickly by Joe Percy. Woodward looks for Wakefield. They've not been able to play Wakefield in today. He's lethal with the ball with his feet. He's just not had the ball at his feet. And Spencer Edwards ensuring doesn't reach Wakefield's feet by punting it out on the far side. Throwing just about level with the Corby penalty area on the right side for the Sphinx. The throw headed out by Milne. Carey tries to keep it alive to get too close to Butterworth. Well, good one for Lewis Guest, but hooks it away from Dare. Chest control by Danny Gordon. It's Corby on the front foot again. Fletcher Toll on a hat-trick. Dinks it through. Corby on the hunt for goal number 4. Punched by Woods. Somehow stopped. And Tendai Dare looking to stick it in from close range, but Kyle Burke with a vital deflection. Heroic defence again from Coventry Sphinx. The punch from Woods, the initial block, and then the second deflection from Burke. 3 bites of the cherry from Corby Town, but still no 4th goal. But will it come here through Butterworth's corner? Woodward goes for the header, can't clear. McCauley. Wakefield tries to flick it on with a head, but collecting on the edge of the box is Danny Gordon, trying to peel it away from Carey, but loses out. You're not going to match Kyle Carey for skill, but racing back, tracking Carey all the way was Spencer Edwards, and a yellow card now for Lewis Guest. A yellow card for dissent for the Sphinx vice captain. I believe he feels that he was caught in the face by a Corby man. The referee doesn't want to know. A spectacular attempt to try and clear by Spencer Edwards comes to nothing. Wakefield in and just punched away from Rowan Newey. Sliding by Draper, expertly timed by Draper, deflected through and brought to a safe hold by Durrant. As Draper won for one of the more unlikely strikes you would see this season. And we've got another goal in the Premier League. Leicester 0, Fulham 1. Emil Smith-Rowe in the 48th minute as Coventry Sphinx are set to make another change. Looks like Idris Hussaini is getting ready. And Fletcher Toll waiting for the ball from Slynn. It didn't arrive. There's handball claims in there. It just looked like a Sphinx body got in the way in the penalty area. Carey tried to switch the play, but hits off the chest of Butterworth, and as Carey tried to bring it back, the referee felt there was a bit too much argy-bargy from Kyle Carey. Now they attempt to slip it in for 10 no deal with a quick free kick brought to the feet of Kyle Burke. Nui leaves Edwards behind. Now looks to trick his way through Matty Slynn. Edwards stays down. Carey out wide with Percy. Into the middle again with Carey. Love shove from behind from Butterworth. Wakefield receives the through ball. And what's the referee giving here? Is he giving a free kick against Coventry Sphinx? I'm not entirely sure what for. I don't think anyone particularly knows what the free kick is for there. Bemusing decision from Mr. Bingley. I'm not, and there's a card coming out here. It's Kyle Carey, I believe. Well, I can't begin to imagine what he's done, but I didn't see anything that particularly stuck out. Well, there's the yellow card for Carey. Well, I can't tell you what exactly it is for. And Finley Shorrock is going to be the second introduction for Coventry Sphinx, and he's going to be replacing Joe Percy. So Hayward will stay on the left, and Shorrock... In fact, no, Hayward's going to the right. Jordan Hayward will slot in on the right-hand side of that back five, and now Shorrock on the left wing. So 2 changes for the Sphinx. And Lewis gets a bit too much pushing and pulling on top, but the referee says no. Aimless ball from the back from Mill, and easy pickings for Woods between the 6. Throwing out to Shark for his first touch on the ball. Downs. Look for Kyle Carey. Edwards got a intervention in there, but couldn't divert it away from Carey again. Woodward. Rowan Nui, he's offside. He had too much space on the left wing, tried to cut in from the flank. He was holding by the defence anyway, and here comes the first change of the afternoon for the hosts. Corby Town still leading by 3 goals to 0 on 62 minutes. He seemed content to hold that 3-2 lead, and it's Matty Slynn replaced by Jack Keeble. Slynn went down with an injury around 5 minutes ago, so you wouldn't have expected him to complete the game. Makes sense for Corby to get him off and give Keeble a try out. And there has been a goal at the CBS Arena, and just as there's rumours about him leaving the club to go to Blackburn and Stoke, Brandon Thomas Asante has put Coventry City in front. Coventry City 1, Bristol City 0. The Sky Blues 1 up at the CBS Arena. So at least the Free Spy City have something to cheer about this afternoon. Coventry United away at St Neots Town. We'll let you know what they're doing a little bit later on. Noble looking to cut in from the right. Shark prevents him from doing so, standing firm. Just converting Coventry United are 2-0 down at St Neots, so it's not been a happy afternoon so far for the non-league sides, but for the Football League team, it's going quite well. High cross by Edwards, and the offside flag raised against Tendai Dare. Is the referee going to take an agency this flag? Yes, he is. Another decision that the referee has missed, and now he's given play on to Coventry Sphinx. Rather unconventional there. Hayward plays the 1-2 with Kyle Carey. Still going Hayward, eventually runs it into touch. And the referee taking a good 10 seconds again to see the offside flag. By the time we saw it, Sphinx had possession and just said, go on lads, keep going. And Sphinx with change number 3. Is that Patrick Zito? It is. And he's replacing Lewis Guest, who's had a difficult afternoon, giving away the penalty on 6 minutes, which was converted by Fletcher Toll and really set a precedent for the afternoon here at Steel Park. And I can see Idris Hosseini is also stripping off. That change will come a little bit later. Milne looks for Fletcher Toll. Toll looking to bully Burke out of possession. That's not going to work. Woods doesn't get the intended distance on that one, and Corby will come back for more. Here's Toll. Played the ball past Patrick Zito. He couldn't follow it. And 2 changes for Corby Town. So the first will see Danny Gordon replaced by Jordan O'Brien. And the third change for the Steelmen results in Tendai Dare leaving the field, and Ruben Marshall comes on in his place. And a flurry of changes here as Idris Hosseini is now ready to make his introduction, and he will replace. I'll wait to see the number on the board. All of a sudden, the Sphinx kitman in charge. He's replacing Jack Downs. So a straight swap in central midfield. Jack Downs being replaced by Idris Hosseini. And that leaves only Luke Shearer amongst the subs. In fact, is Shearer coming on too? Indeed he is. Sphinx going all out. Luke Shearer also coming on. This will be his longest Coventry Sphinx appearance. He's made a couple of injury time cameos. And Kyle Carey, the Sphinx top scorer, replaced. So to confirm again, Coventry Sphinx withdrawing Kyle Carey and Jack Downs, and coming on in their place Luke Shearer and Idris Hosseini, and for Corby, Ruben Marshall and Jordan O'Brien on for Tendai Dare and Danny Gordon. Well, really, it becomes a bit of a training exercise now for Coventry Sphinx. We're halfway through the second half. They've not really been able to land a blow on Ross Durrant's net. They may as well use the next 22.5 minutes to try out a couple of new things, try out a few new partnerships. And here's Shearer hit him on the heel as he was about to receive it in the box. Sphinx coming back for more though. Here's Shorrock. Takes it past Noble, deflected ball in. Clear as far as Callum Woodward. Headed out again. Here's Hosseini. Does he fancy it? And the ball doesn't have the weight on it to find Hayward on the right-hand side. Fletcher Toll coming through for the hat-trick, but crucially swept out to the right by Charlie Woods. The former core number 1 trying to limit the damage to Sphinx's goal difference. There goes the throw towards Toll, and an abnormal error from the Corby number 9. Poor control into touch, throw into Coventry Sphinx. Let's have a look at some latest scores. Darlaston now 2-0 up at home to Loughborough. Still 0-0 between Grantham and Lye. Worcester remain 1-0 leaders at Hinckley. Quorn's lead has now been hard. They're only 2-1 up at home to Boldmere. It's 2-2 between Warwick and Bedworth. Here's Jordan Hayward skipping through the Corby back line. Cutting in from the right. Jordan Hayward deflected behind for the corner. We'll never know where that ball was going to end up without the deflection. But Sphinx in need of some inspiration. Hayward trying to provide it. And Rugby losing 2-1 at home to Sporting Cowser. Anstey 2 up at Shepshed. And Kozu have taken the lead at Wellingborough. In swinger from Shorrock. Safe hands all day from Ross Durrant. And now the counter is on. Ruben Marshall couldn't find a route past Jordan Hayward. Hayward going down belatedly. I don't think there was enough of a touch there from Ruben Marshall. If there was, then Hayward wouldn't have took that long to go down. The Sphinx have got it back from the throw. Burke was looking for Wakefield. The defence doing enough through Noble. And now Fletcher Toll was the wrong side of Patrick Zito. Zito able to regroup, but there's options on the left-hand side. Marshall plays it through. Oh, and Corby still can't find that magic fourth goal. Jordan O'Brien with the opportunity, but not one that the Steelmen could take. And as for a look towards Wakefield, Macaulay ensures it doesn't reach him. Burke intercepts in the centre circle. Hayward now on the right-hand side. Runs it straight into touch. Alfie Wren doing the business. Oh, an afternoon which started with promise has really become a day that Coventry Sphinx would rather forget. And a slight injury delay here as it's Alfie Wren who's gone down there in front of the home dugout. They're preparing another substitution. Corby Town. Coventry Sphinx have used all 5. Zito, Fasani, Nui, Shearer and Shorrock all on. Corby have brought Keeble, O'Brien and Marshall on. They've still got Reese Kelly and Kyle Hutchinson. And one of them is going to be brought on now. It's Reese Kelly and he is going to replace Joe Butterworth. So Butterworth off and Reese Kelly on. And Fulham have just extended their lead at Leicester through Adama Traore. Leicester 0, Fulham 2. Reid van Nistelrooy's reign at the King Power is not going well. Marshall was looking for Fletcher Toll there, but Zito sends it back. For Saney. Luke Shearer. Free for Jordan Hayward, cutting in from the right-hand side, still going Hayward. Plenty back now for Corby. Switches the play over to Finley Shorrock. Shorrock went for the spectacular. It's blocked on the slide by Jordan O'Brien. And Idris Hosseini caught as he tried to play a through ball down the right. And Sphinx have the opportunity from the fringes of the box. We've got our own wannabe little commentator here from Corby Town, just to our right. He's going to have me out of a job in a minute. Five Sphinx men all surrounding the ball. Who fancies it? Well, Wakefield's standing over it now with Woodward, Shorrock, Burke, Nui all around it. Well, they're keeping their cards close to their chest here. Well, Wakefield leaves it. And it looks like it is going to be Finley Shorrock. Indeed it is. Shorrock straight at the wall and cleared by Edwards. Zito tries to nod it into the ground and pressure there from substitute Ruben Marshall. Finds Woods. Shearer up for the header. It's just over Shearer. And Woods comes out of his own area and bursts on it over Charlie Woods. Fletcher Toll. Everything has gone his way. The penalty. The save from Tendai Dare. And now Burt nodding over his own goalkeeper. If he fell into a barrel of manure, he'd come up smelling like roses. And that is exactly the type of striker you need if you're going for promotion. Hat-trick for Fletcher Toll, 4-0 to Corby. Need I say more? Well, 15 minutes to go here at Steel Park. And forget steel, Corby have been like titanium this afternoon. Unbuckled, unbroken, unpenetrated. The Coventry Sphinx have resembled more like cardboard. Wakefield. Shorrock on a brilliant save. Ross Durrant with his first save of the afternoon, and it had to be a good one. I don't believe I've ever seen Rowan Newey score of his head. He was that close to achieving it. And now it's at the back with Shorrock. Here's Kyle Burke. Finney Shorrock. Falls back to his own backyard by Ruben Marshall. Here's Woods. Patrick Zito as a little bit of fog starts to descend on Steel Park, and Zito trying to avoid capture from Jordan O'Brien, and O'Brien's got the throw, not allowing Zito out of that little corner of the park. And with the throw, unfortunately for Corby, comes to nothing. Bounces straight out for the Coventry Sphinx goal kick. Well, it may well be a sweep it under the carpet kind of job, but Sphinx will have to be on point on Tuesday night, as for the fourth time we try again at Hayden Road, as Coventry Sphinx hopefully will be taking on AFC Rushden Diamonds. It's been called off 3 times already this season, but fingers crossed this is the game where we finally get to play AFC Rushden Diamonds. It's on Tuesday night, 7:45 kickoff. And, well, fingers crossed we get a performance after what has been a bit of a tame display from Sean Thomas and John Woodward's side after an amazing 2 games against Warwick and Bedworth. It's a tough league against tough players. And unfortunately, Coventry Sphinx have just been outplayed today. Lob ball from the back. O'Brien, a tangle with Patrick Zito. Referee feels it was just a bit of stern physicality. And what a throw from Charlie Woods. Get him in the Team GB shot put team. Fasani. Death ball through on the deck for Callum Woodward. Looked for Shearer. Milne gets there first. Hayward picks up the pieces. Luke Shearer remains forward. A little swiping it from Wren. But Shearer determined. Down the right, covered off again by Wren. And the cross diverted behind by Alfie Wren. Luke Shearer looking to make an impact. So this could be his chance. Just over 10 left at Steel Park. Opened in 2011. Holds just over 3,000. Corby started life at the occupation ground before leaving in 1985 after the ground was sold for housing, before a stint at the Rockingham Sports Ground. They then found their forever home here at Steel Park in 2011. Corner in towards this was Hosseini. It's an easy header out. Hayward draws it low and spurned wide by Durrant. Sphinx just beginning to test the Steel men number one. That clean sheet isn't safe yet. Lobbed in from the left. This time Durrant makes absolutely sure and brings it down. Leaping like a salmon to get on the end of that. And with 8 minutes to go at the CBS Arena, Coventry City still 1-up at home to Bristol. Frank Lampard's side could do with a couple of points just to ease any potential relegation fears. Toll gets enough on it to find Ruben Marshall. The low drive sent back to his own goalkeeper by Kyle Burke. But the throw to Hayward, cut out by Alfie Wren, and it was played behind Jordan O'Brien. Hosseini back to Woods, danger over for now. Hosseini hooks it down the left. Finley Shark will beat Noble to it. Burke couldn't float it over the head of Noble. A bit of help from Keeble. Noble's got it back. Looks for Toll. Zito there for Sphinx. Jamie Draper caught by Jordan O'Brien. It seems to have hurt Draper, but referee's whistle stays silent. Wakefield, he wanted Callum Woodward, he didn't find him. And Wakefield barging in on Keeble. Fletcher Toll, handball claims against Patrick Zito. It looked at me as if he just chested it into the ground. Nothing wrong with that from the former Villa youngster, signed from Quorn in the summer. But again, Sphinx's passing, especially in the final third, has not been what is needed. Well, there was a concern that after that back-to-back 3 points against Warwick and Bedworth, that the cold weather would stop Sphinx's momentum. Over 2 weeks without a game. The first fixture for Sphinx since New Year's Day. And it looks like Mother Nature has indeed stopped Sphinx in their tracks. And Spencer Edwards has gone down with an apparent injury problem. Now, Corby have one substitute left by my reckoning, and that would be Kyle Hutchinson. Physio drafted in to assist. Well, the highlights of this afternoon's fixture at Steel Park should be available tonight on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. It is only us today. We were expecting the Corby filming crew to be here, but it's just the Coventry Sphinx crew today, so we've got the exclusive coverage. So you can find this at youtube.com/@CoventrySphinx. We have been reliably informed that Corby will be retweeting too, so if you are a Corby fan, you shouldn't have too much trouble finding it. And the injury to Spencer Edwards is going to end his participation in the match. On comes Kyle Hutchinson for the final change for Corby Town. Six minutes left, plus stoppages. And Sphinx want to see the back of this place as soon as they can. Noble's throw towards the halfway line, headed on by Hosseini. Shearer. Well, a collision with the head of Finley Shorrock there. It looked like it was the lower neck of Shorrock with the arm of the number 7, Jack Noble. Free kick, no doubt. I don't think it's anything more than that. Certainly hasn't impressed the Corby faithful. And the referee calling over Jack Noble, and the book is coming out possibly a tad harsh if it is a yellow card, but it is a yellow card. Well, like I said, free kick no doubt, yellow, I'm not so sure. Well, my Corby counterpart here, less than impressed with Mr. Bingham's decision. Well, if his review's anything to go by, I think the shares in glasses may be going up tonight. That's a good punch away by Durrant. Hayward hands it on a silver platter to Ruben Marshall. Now Marshall driving at the Sphinx back line. He's played it behind Kyle Hutchinson. Whipped in from the left. Zito, competent clearance. Kyle Burke to Rowan Nui, also playing as a number 10 now. Couldn't find its way through a congested midfield, and Corby fancied the old 5. Sliced over the net by Ruben Marshall. Well, latest scores from the Premier League: Brentford 0, Liverpool 0, Leicester 0, Fulham 2, and West Ham 0, Palace 1. So Liverpool may need a favour to keep their lead as it is in the Sunday fixtures. Well, even tonight as well, because Arsenal versus Aston Villa kicks off at 5:30. They're going to need a favour from the Midlands club. And as it stands, Coventry City still leading at home to Bristol. Toll. Does he fancy 4? Fletcher Toll. Woods does enough, and with a bit of help from Zito, it's kept out. Burke knocks Marshall aside, and behind for the corner from Patrick Zito. Sphinx maybe down and out, but they're not willing to roll over for their hosts. Corner in, nodded up by Zito and volleyed into relative safety by Callum Woodward. Wren deflected over, another corner will follow. Wren fancied himself as a bit of a Paul Scholes there. Just over 90 seconds left, plus stoppages. There have been a few in this second half. It's a tame corner from Hutchinson. Hayward slides it forward, looking for Rowan Nuri, but cut out. Oh, played behind by Keeble. Looking to whip it in from the left-hand side. It was too close to the net for the players to get onto, and not far enough towards the net to force Woods to have an issue. Well, let's have a look for the latest scores. Darlaston 3-0 up at home to Loughborough. It's still scores in that crucial game between Grantham and Lye. Hinckley 0, Worcester 1. Worcester are going to keep the distance with Corby. Corr now 4-1 up after that little scare. 2-1 up at that point at home to Boldmere, but they're going to see it through. Wakefield, chip ball over Keeble, straight out for the goal kick. And Racing Club Warwick have finally pulled in front of Bedworth. They are now 3-2 up. Well, the man of the match about to be announced. I know who it's going to be. Of course, it's Fletcher Toll, hat-trick hero. And past the 20-goal mark today. Who else could it be? And that winning goal coming from Callum Coyle. And Warwick are actually a man down. So 10 men of Race Club Warwick beating Bedworth. And there will be 5 minutes of added time. Vasani. Shifts it over the back line. Wakefield. Chest it past the goalkeeper. Harry Wakefield. Tight angle. Too tight. Just one of those nights for Coventry Sphinx. But Wakefield trying to add a little bit of cheer. So an otherwise, well, an otherwise drab evening, I think we can call it, for Coventry Sphinx. Continuing the latest scores, Rugby Town 1, Sporting Council 2. Rugby won't be catching up any further to Coventry Sphinx. Shepshed 0, Anstey 3, Sutton Coldfield 2, Rushton 1, and Wellingborough 0, Coleshill 2. Durant away with the free kick, sent high to the sky by Zito. Fasani again on the halfway line. Here's Callum Woodward. Burke. Finley Shorrocker has been one of the few shining lights in this second half. Burke with nowhere to go and playing it far too powerfully back to Charlie Woods' goal. Thankfully, it doesn't end up in the net, but that couldn't have gone much worse for Coventry Sphinx. In fact, I'm not sure the entire afternoon could have gone much worse for Coventry Sphinx, if I'm honest. In by O'Brien. Draper's header away. We've had 2 minutes of added time. Hayward trying to cover him off. Fletcher Toll. Finally an effort that hasn't gone from Toll's body into the net. He is human after all. Woods distribution, looking for Wakefield. Vasani brings it down. Macaulay punts clear. Burke up for the header. Vasani chests it down. Here's Woodward. May fall corner for Jordan Hayward. No, didn't quite have the legs on it. Corby thump it up towards Patrick Zito. Now Vasani. Draper. Charlie Woods towards the halfway line and thumped away by Hutchinson. Burke. Neat bit of interplay with Callum Woodward. The 1-2 working wonders. And that through ball to Shearer looked good, but slid out by Jack Noble, who unfortunately seems to have stretched a bit too far. I do hope it's only cramp. It looks like it is. And with a bit of help with Jack Keevil stretching his leg, it should be okay to continue. Shark as we're into the last minute of added time. Swing and a miss by Noble. Wakefield trying to shepherd it out for the corner. Didn't quite have the means to do so. Here's Vasani. Across the midfield to Draper. Hayward. I'm not too sure what Jordan Hayward was trying to do there, but he's trying to flick it over the head of Wren. It didn't come to fruition anyway. Vasani receives from Zito. Deflected that for a throw-in for Coventry Sphinx in front of Gary Setchell's dugouts, and Gary Setchell will be a very happy man with really a complete performance for Corby. Woods. And the offside flag raised against Hutchinson. The 5 minutes are up. Sphinx will surely be the last move of the game. Burke swatted aside, and the referee gives the free kick there. Jack Keeble a little too enthusiastic in preventing Burke from making inroads. Finney Shorrock with the ball at his feet. Shorrock curls it to the right. Hayward up for it. Wakefield. Forced back towards the halfway line, but hooks it in. Shearer up for it. Safe hands from Durrant. Well, after a fantastic 2 games against Warwick and Bedworth, Coventry Sphinx have been reminded of the hardships of the Northern Premier League Midlands. Sometimes you just have to admit you were beaten on the day, and Coventry Sphinx certainly were. 4-0 to the Steelmen. 3 of them from the boot of Fletcher Toll, taking his tally up to 22 for the season. Quite simply, it was Corby's day. Final score at Steel Park, Corby Town 4, Coventry Sphinx 0. Well, thanks for joining us here in a rather chilly Northamptonshire. We're back on Tuesday night with a visit to AFC Rushden Diamonds. Highlight of today's game should be available tonight on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Until then, thanks for joining us. I've been Liam Cook. We'll see you on Tuesday night.